Imagine waking up in your house, but instead of the sound of the morning prayer or breakfast cooking, you hear gunshots. 45 years ago, this was the reality for Kano residents after a man named Maitatsine turned the city into a battlefield for 11 long days. By the time it was over, 4,000 people were dead. This is the story of how a neighbor became a nightmare. Before the war, Maitatsine was just a man living in a neighborhood called Kogi. But Baba Habibu, who was there, says people knew something was wrong.
When Maitatsine returned to Kano, he built a house in Kogi. After that, I began to notice foreigners coming in, slowly at first, but their numbers grew. They carried weapons and we saw them being brought in at night and even during the day. We didn't know what they were planning, but the fear in the community kept rising. He built right across the neighbor's water path, and people came to me with complaints. Since I was the elder, I went to him myself and asked why he did it. He just laughed and said, "Who will stop me?" I told him no one. We gathered and decided to take the matter to the governor. Later, the Commissioner for Special Duties came, saw with his own eyes, and confirmed that Maitatsine was troubling us. Things only got worse. One day, Maitatsine came with his followers and even police saying I was wanted in Jakara. They took me and 4 other elders. The only elder left went to the State Assembly and demanded answers. Then the speaker called and ordered our release.
Long before, the then Emir of Kano, Muhammad Sunusi I, chased Maitatsine away because of his radical teachings and extreme religious beliefs. But when he was gone, Maitatsine slipped back into Kano and started gathering followers, telling them that anyone who didn't follow him was an enemy of Islam. Hajiya Atine lived right behind Maitatsine's house. She remembers when the teacher stopped being a neighbor and became a monster.
At first, he was our neighbor. He had a school and we thought he was teaching the Quran, but it wasn't so. Our house faced the back of his house. When our husband gave out alms, he would give it to him first. He treated him well, but this didn't stop him from troubling us. Sometimes he would block the road and trouble us. Sometimes they would prevent people from entering or leaving. Even going to the mosque, they troubled us a lot. My husband got tired of it because if you reported him, you'd be arrested. So he decided to leave the house and we moved.
On December 18, 1980, the police went to stop Maitatsine from preaching his bad messages. They thought it would be a simple arrest. They were wrong. Thousands of Maitatsine's followers jumped out from everywhere, firing guns and slashing with sharp knives, axes and arrows. They killed 4 policemen and burned their vans. The police had to run away along with other residents.
The problem started when Maitatsine's son Tijani, whom we called Kanaana, was killed after a dispute over a woman. Tijani was wealthy, and when he took her, the other man fought back. Tijani was stabbed, and though he was rushed to the hospital, he died that same night. That night, I was the second person arrested. I was simply at my shop doing my work when they came for me. The man accused of killing Tijani was also killed because he was one of Maitatsine's students. Maitatsine asked me over and over who killed his son. I told him I didn't know. I was just 31 years old then, just trying to live my life. One day, one of Tijani's friends came to greet Maitatsine and left. Maitatsine didn't know him, but his followers did. They told him who the man was, and Maitatsine ordered that he be brought dead or alive. The man fled as if he knew what was coming. Then Maitatsine declared that the community leaders had paid money to kill his son. In the end, he let me go, but from that moment, we all knew the threat of revenge was hanging over us.
During these 11 days, many women were treated very badly and hurt by these men. It was a time of great shame and pain that people still find hard to talk about today. The army finally came and stopped the war. Maitatsine was killed, but the pain he left stayed behind.
All the
houses close to his were empty, so they broke into them and stole everything. We went inside and within 4 hours, Maitatsine came back with our husband's watch and cap. He asked where his wives were and we said we were there. He said he has killed him. We cried and he shouted at us. He put us in a room upstairs like a wood storage room. It was dark and crowded with people from the neighborhood. We had nothing to do but cook. We couldn't pray because they didn't pray. They would bring food for us to cook, sometimes shooting guns near us. I had eyes problem from the darkness and stress. Another woman had hearing problems. My co-wife's half-body was paralyzed. He abused us a lot.
Today, 45 years later, experts say we have to be careful. Even though Maitatsine is gone, there are still people who try to use religion to make people hate each other. 45 years later, we do not just remember the 4,000 who fell. We look at the Kano of 2025 and ask, have we truly learned how to spot the teacher before he becomes the monster once again?